Happy Homebrew Wednesday! Wednesday! Alright guys, that's the Two-Hearted Double IPA inspired. It's a Two-Hearted inspired double IPA. This is a super old school type of IPA, double IPA. Sorry, it's pretty good. I'm gonna give you guys some issues. There we go. So I've actually got beer in there. You can see right now it's sitting at 82. Set point's 90. The mat in there is not going to maintain temp. But anyway, we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. Talk about that. Talk about this, and talk about what. All right, I was messing around and I cooled down too much. I cooled down to 83. Set temperature's 90. So it'll probably never get back up any higher than that, but whatever, it'll be fine. So yeah, I'm all done. I got about 6.5 gallons in a fermenter, and it's about 1071. I was going for like a 1065, so I'm close. So yeah, I gotta get a refractometer. No, it was refractometer. I need to get my hydrometer reading, then I can compare the two and confirm original gravity. All right. So, God, I need a haircut. What little bit I have up here, it needs to be cut. So, what I did was, this past weekend, I brewed a beer. So, I made a starter with the Horndal. Made a 1 liter starter. I used the perfect pitch. No, the proper starter. Here we go. I used this dude, proper starter, and 16-ounce bottle of water, and I made a starter. Thing took off. Everything's great. I got a little bit of video of that. Nothing too exciting. So then I was going to brew Saturday. So I had stuff going on Saturday, so I decided to postpone it till Sunday. So this is a raw Horndal IPA-ish IPA. So it's basically 14 pounds of Pilsner. It's supposed to be 1 pound of copper, but I had 1 pound 5 ounces of copper, so I went ahead and put the additional 5 ounces into it. So it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 ounces of copper malt into that. So the SRM got a little bit more copper. I've got some video, maybe a still picture of the original gravity going into the fermenter. So there's the process. I'm going to try to slow down, not jump around, give you process. So 15 pounds 5 ounces of malts, right, of Pilsner and copper malt. 2 pounds of quick oats. All that went to the mash. I also put 1 pound of rice hulls in there. Oh, excuse me. So I mashed that at 148 for an hour. Then I did mash out. I got up to 168. Then I sparged with, going to be like 4 gallons. I only needed about 4 gallons of sparge water. I collected just about 7.5 gallons of wort. Brought that up to 200 degrees. Once it reached 200 degrees, killed the heat, dumped in all my hops, which was 3/4 of an ounce of Simcoe Idaho 7 and I can't even think about it now. Simcoe Idaho 7 and crap. I'll be right back. So it's Simcoe, Idaho 7, and Azacca. How in the hell can I forget Azacca? So that went in at 200 degrees, cut the heat, whirlpool for 30 minutes, and just let the temperature go wherever it wanted to. So at the end of, in this whole entire time, as I got up to 200 degrees, I started recirculating through my wort chiller. So 7.5 gallons recirculating through the wort counterflow. Then once it got up to temp, 200 degrees, killed the temperature, still recirculating, dumped in 3/4 of an ounce each of Simcoe, Azacca, and Idaho 7. So at the end of half an hour, it got down to like, I think it only got down to 190. So at that point, turned on the water, chilled it. Plan was to get down to about 90 degrees. Wasn't paying attention. I turned my back and it got down to 83. So transferred into fermenter, pitched the yeast at 83. Into the fermenter, which was set at 90. The little aquarium heating pad never got it past 77. So then, in combination of the heating pad and active fermentation, it actually got up to 80. It was 88, almost 89 degrees. So now it's since fallen down to 82. So that was Sunday. Today's Tuesday. So that would tell me that the biggest part of active fermentation is probably done. It's no longer creating its own heat, but there's still some fermentation going, right? So I'm going to go ahead and dry hop tonight. I'm going to have an ounce each of Azacca, Idaho 7, and Simcoe, and that's going to go in. I'll do that as soon as I'm done with this video, and at that point, we're going to let it hang out. I'll probably let it go until this weekend. I'll check the gravity probably Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. See where it's at. If the gravity's down to about 10-15-ish, 10-14-ish, which that's probably all it's going to get down to since it's got 2 pounds of oats in it. I'll probably go ahead and dry hop it again, do the second round dry hops, and then I'll cold crash it. Yeah, I'm gonna cold crash it. It's still gonna be probably hazy. It probably won't be as hazy as some of these beers, but it's gonna have some haze in it because it never had a protein break, it never had hot break, it never had cold break. It's just done. So all the protein should still be in suspension, but I want to get all the hop debris out. I want to get the yeast out, so I'm going to cold crash it. So I'll probably keg it probably late next week, if not the weekend. So that's pretty much processed so far. Let's talk numbers, right? I had I think I put about 6.5 gallons. So I think I've only put about 7 gallons in the boil kettle. That's set of 7.5, but I had about 6.5 into the fermenter, maybe a little bit more. And my original gravity was about 1070. So my beersmith said it was going to be about 1065. So I overshot it. Raw beers on the 3-pot system, it's not efficient. I had probably a gallon and a half, maybe more of wort in the mash tun. I had enough liquid still in the mash tun. I could have made a small beer, and I chose to be lazy, and I did not. But throwing money down the toilet, right? So this thing should be a plus 7% beer, right? So that's it. I've got some video. I got some still pictures. This process really kind of fucked me over a little bit because you don't have time like you do with a traditional hour-long boil. So instead of sitting around taking my time getting the fermenter sanitized and all that stuff. I had to do it now, and I felt a little bit rushed. Not to the point where I feel like I messed things up, but the whole schedule had me a little uneasy. So I didn't get a whole lot of video because there really wasn't a whole lot to do. It's basic from the point where you mash and sparge, and that's pretty much kind of it. There's no boil. You get it up to about 200 degrees, you kill the heat, and you're done. So it makes for a shorter day. So anyway, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and do some biotransformation. Then we'll see what's going on. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys watch my videos, and hopefully everything's great. You guys enjoy your. Hopefully, you guys do have a 3-day weekend. I got a 3-day weekend coming up. Actually, my twins' birthday is Monday, so they're Memorial Day babies. So, all right, guys. I'm gonna say cheers and peace. I'm out. Hey, right now I'm sanitizing my big. I think it's a 5,000 milliliter. So it's a 5-liter flask. There's a can of starter wort in there, turkey baster, then 2 8-ounce bottles of water. So I'm gonna make a starter with the Horndal because that's it, and it's been in the refrigerator for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, maybe longer. I don't know. I just want to make sure that it is viable. Yeah, the lid's stiff, so I'm gonna say it's probably still pretty viable. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a starter, and you guys can yell at me and tell me that Kvike needs to be underpitched and at high temperature, and I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna pitch it at recommended pitching or under pitch, but it's gonna be at a hot temperature, so maybe I can get it 50% right. So all the haters and all the naysayers and all the guys that are smarter than me can say, well, he's trying to do things right. All right, good. Yeah, by BT Dubs, that's just a bucket full of Star Sand. So yeah, that's why you see the foam. So everything's getting nice and sandy time. All right, I just mashed this dough in, so starting my mash. Got my hot lick pink refilled, so I'm right at 13 gallons ish. So this has got 14, 15 pounds and 5 ounces of grain plus 2 pounds of oats. So yeah, 17 pounds and 5 ounces of grains. So anyway, so I've been mashing now for just a little over 4 minutes. So anyway, a little low on temp, but I'm going to go ahead and say to hell with it and go with it. So that's it. Got my hop additions. So I've got yeast nutrient in there. That's for 15 minutes. Then at my zero. Why there's no fucking light here? But anyway, this is my hop stand. This is all it's going to be today. It's at zero. I'm going to throw these in there and recirculate and let the temp fall naturally for about a half an hour, then it'll chill. So that's going to be all the bitterness I'm going to have. No boil today. This is a raw IPA, so that's probably music's a little too loud to hear me. But yeah, so it's mash for an hour. Bring it up to about 200 degrees. While doing that, I'm going to go ahead and recirculate my counterflow chiller. So then at zero, I'm going to drop these in there. It's 3/4 ounce each of Azaka, Simcoe, and Idaho 7. So once it's hop stand for 30 minutes, then I'm going to start to chill. I'll get that down to probably low 90s or so, and pitch my Horndal strain to Kvike yeast. And that's going to be it for today. Should be a quick one. Should be pretty straightforward. All right, nothing really happened down here, so I haven't gotten a whole lot of video. But right now, I'm just about finished with mash out. So plan is sparge. I'm only going to collect about 7 gallons here, since I'm not going to boil. So that's the plan. So I'll collect anywhere from 6.5 to 7 gallons, probably closer to 7, but maybe not quite 7. So once I collect, I'm going to go ahead and start recirculation through the counterflow, so I can sanitize that as it warms up. Since I won't boil, obviously I can't boil it at 210, sanitize it at 210, but it should be just fine at just below boil temps. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll get a little more information sooner, but yeah, not really a whole lot to talk about with a raw. Take a look at that color. It's a beauty. Yeah, this beer is going to be hazy AF once we're in the boil, because I'm not going to, well, once I'm in the pot, because I'm not going to boil. There's no refinings, no whirl flock. It's not going to have a chance for hot break, so it should be pretty haze bombish. Yeah, but we'll see. But right now, that's kind of the color I was going for, just a slight tinge of orange. All right, so what I've done, I'm done sparging. I got just, now that I'm whirlpooling, I've got just about 6.5, but there's actually, not counting the volume that's in the counterflow chiller, just under 7 gallons. So I just dropped all my hops. It was at 200 degrees. So now it's gonna I'm gonna let it drop for half an hour. So I'll just whirlpool for half an hour, and I should get, with the amount of hops in there, I'm shooting for about a 50 IBU or so beer. Right now the gravity looks to be about 1071. So it's going to be a decent sized beer. The Horndal should chew through a lot of this, but it's got 2 pounds of oats in it, so it's probably not going to really get down much past, I don't know, past 10, 15, 10, 16 area. But anyway, all right, that's it.